Hello and welcome to the Hard to Handle Sports Podcast. This is episode number 12. Today I welcome my good friend Arturo, my first online guest. Can you please introduce yourself, my good friend?
What's up, man? What's up, Ish? It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me. My name's Arturo.
Yeah, so
I'm from,
just let us know where you're from. What are your teams? You got that? You're rocking that Packers hat. So
yes, sir. Carry the
uh,
G.
I'm having you on the show just because you're my good friend, and I know you love sports. You're not just like a one sport pony. You love
Yeah.
soccer, football, basketball, baseball. You like everything. So just
I recently got I recently got into golfing too.
oh, there you go. I'm not that well
So,
versed, but maybe in future episodes we could talk a little golf.
yeah, man. Well, I'm originally from LA. I was born in East LA, and then I moved out to a small town. Probably you haven't even heard of it. It's called Wilmington. It's kind of like by Long Beach.
Man, that sounds like
Technically,
a cut of beef, bro.
yeah. Pretty much, man. We're like literally in the cuts.
Yeah.
You walk on my house, you look to the right, and like the port is like
Oh
maybe like a
shit.
mile away. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're in the cut of the South Bay. But yeah, my teams like you said, Green Bay for football. Soccer, I guess, grew up watching America. What can you say? You grew up in a Mexican household. You grew up watching America. Diehard America fan, man. Like can't even say. Even some Morelia, because my family's from Michoacan, and
Yeah.
my grandpa would buy me like Morelia stuff. I mean, but now it doesn't even exist. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was wild to me hearing that this offseason they sold it to Mazatlan, bro. Like,
Yeah. It's a whole. I thought it was a new team, but no, it's just
yeah,
Morelia got transferred.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, America all the way,
What about like
forever.
the US teams? I know
Oh,
you got the Packers, but like basketball and baseball.
basketball, Lake Show, man, all
Like, sure.
day. Represent growing up in LA, like none of that Clipper BS, bro. Like you don't, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Whoever roots
Yeah,
for the Clippers is low key weirdos, bro.
yeah, exactly. Like, Clippers. I know like two Clipper fans that are like that were there before like the Lob City era. Like an older cousin and like some dude I went to my high school. Like that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All
Because
right,
who
what
does
about
that?
baseball? Baseball. There's two teams in LA.
Dodgers. Oh come on, bro. The Angels are in Anaheim, bro. Come
Hey, but
on.
they have Los Angeles in their name.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
They try
guess.
to
I
be from
guess
LA, but Dodgers,
they
right?
do.
Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers, bro. Dodgers.
So yeah, and then the Packers. How did that come about?
The Packers, bro.
There's no
Woo.
team in LA, or is that the main?
Exactly. That's one of the main reasons there
So
was
until
no in
recently,
LA. Obviously, until the Chargers and the Rams came,
yeah. But that was you were already like tied down.
I was already invested in Rodgers,
Yeah,
everything, you know.
yeah.
But it came when Monday night. I don't know if you remember Monday Night Football was in ABC. That was
Yeah. They
like
had Al
way
Michaels.
back.
They had Al Michaels.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, right.
that was like in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And I mean, I other than
Almost.
watching a game with my dad, yeah, exactly. I was like, what, like about like 9, maybe.
Yeah.
I was watching a game with my pops, and it happened to be Green Bay Monday night. And then just my dad really liked the colors, green and yellow. Like it just the jerseys, the green jersey, yellow pants, like that just looked nice. And then
Yeah.
I just like, you know what, it's cool. And I
You're
started kind of
right.
like just paying attention a little bit. Nothing too involved because I mean I was still going into middle school,
Yeah.
so I was like, you know what, yeah, it's cool. And then obviously I think around Aaron Rodgers got drafted in 2005, and then
Yeah.
I started paying more attention once after Favre left.
Right.
So Favre left, Rodgers came in. I mean, his first season wasn't all that, but then got the
Yeah.
ball rolling,
Well, they
and then
won the.
they won the Super Bowl like
Yeah,
in 2000,
exactly.
2011 season.
11. Yeah.
So I was
And
like,
after
yeah,
that, and they've always been like solid team with Rogers, so it's pretty
yeah, they've
good.
always been contenders. I mean, there's been obviously some heartbreaks. We got the 2014 NFC Championship game against Seattle.
They lost against the Giants, right? Then you guys lose to the Giants in the playoffs
The
too.
Giants in the playoff. The Giants, after going 15-1,
Yeah, that
lose
one.
against the
Yeah, that one.
Giants.
Whew, to Manning, Eli,
Eli, bro.
and then he won it there. Oh,
Beat
that's
Brady.
that's pain. The fact that Rogers only has one Super Bowl, that's low key. I don't know. We'll get into that in a little bit, but
Yeah.
the World Series is going on. We took the day today because it's the little 1 day break they have between game 2 and game 3. The series is tied 1-1 right now. Dodgers won game 1, and then they lost game 2. What have you thought about it so far? You guys think you're still confident that the Dodgers are gonna win?
Look, yeah, obviously as a Dodgers fan, I think they're still gonna win. Originally I had said in 6, but after watching game 1, honestly, I felt like they could have done it sooner.
Yeah, that's
But
what
then
I was hearing from everybody. Everybody I had, because I know like I live in the Bay Area now, but I have a lot of friends from LA, and all of them were texting me like once they took that big lead in the first in game 1, everybody was like, "Oh, Dodgers in 4, Dodgers in 4." And then it kind of did feel like that. Like the game was like kind of lopsided, and you were like, "Huh."
yeah,
But then
it's because no, go ahead, my
no,
bad.
no, 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 no. You're the Dodgers fan.
It's because honestly, the series against the Braves was the one that was like you feel kind of iffy because they had a lot of firepower, man.
Yeah,
Like on
yeah, yeah.
offense, they had a lot. They had Osuna, they had Acuna, Freeman, and then that Pache came in like game 2 because the other guy, the starter injured his oblique, and this guy just came in swinging, bro, and
Right,
like what
right,
the
right.
heck? And then Albies had like 3 home runs, and I was like, bro, these guys got offense on it. But I mean, honestly, we had our guys too to
No,
match
yeah, they
that
were fine.
offense.
Yeah. What's his name? Seager? He's going off.
Yeah, dude, Corey, man,
No, that's like,
he's a he's on a roll, man. He's on a roll. And it's just his swing is so nice, man. When he hits it, when he gets a good hit, you just know, like, yeah, that's out of here.
yeah. And then I wanted to just touch on Mookie. The fact
Oh
that you
man,
guys, the guys that you guys have him now, is like, is that the difference now between losing and winning?
bro, definitely, bro. Game 5
Yeah,
against that like the shoestring catch, like, bro, that
that
just turned
was
that changed the momentum, bro.
because they were about to take a one win lead if that went over,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't get it. And then I think they still had one more out. So they could have
Exactly.
built on the lead. They would have taken the lead, and then they could have still added to it. And
5,
like
6,
this,
and 7
yeah,
every game.
yeah.
He made I feel like he made like a game altering defensive play.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
He wasn't necessarily getting his hits. I mean, he was getting on base and he was stealing bases, which obviously is good. But he
Yeah.
wasn't hitting as much. Obviously, until game 1, and that fool just
Right.
did everything. He did everything. Well, he stole 2 bases. He got walked.
He almost
He
like
hit singles, doubles,
stole his
home.
ways to home, man.
Yeah, pretty much that near.
And just
But
having
yeah,
having
man.
the threat of him like running is it's another thing that the pitcher has to like keep an eye on.
Exactly.
Is a lot of variables. But
Just
yeah,
having him is like a kind of like the army knife, bro, like the Swiss knife. He can do a little bit of everything. Yeah, he does
exactly.
it on both ends. But one thing I did notice was that obviously the Rays pitching is way better than the Braves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They could keep it like a lower scoring game.
they're. I mean, like everyone was saying, like their pitching and their defense it's what got them there. Like, bro, they've been playing insane defense and their pitching. I mean, yesterday you saw Snell's. He had a no all the way through the 5th. Like, dude.
Yeah. No, he came out.
And then people were like, bro, how can you not hit? How can you not hit? Like, bro, he's a Cy Young winner like 2 years ago. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Like it's gonna happen. Some like
he
it's the
might look
World
like a
Series.
casual, yeah, he might look
Yeah.
like a casual guy, bro. But this guy, this guy's the truth, like
Yeah.
he won
Exactly.
the best pitch, like I guess the best award a pitcher could get for the year. He won it 2 years ago. Like, I mean, he's still on.
Yeah.
But I feel
But
like what happened in game 1, we chased Glasnow out, chasing their starting pitcher and getting their bullpen involved. Maybe that's the key to winning the series.
so after I know you said kind of like after game 1, you kind of felt like it could maybe be a sweep or 5. After game 2, what's are you sticking to your 6 games or?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go back to that 6. Yeah, mainly because, like, for example, yesterday, obviously we had the no hitters. We all had the no hitter like until like halfway through the game, and these guys were just. I mean, all our runs came off home runs. Like we didn't have much base hits.
Right.
So that's what happened. That's what like got into us in game 4 of the against the Braves. They were just swinging for the fences,
Right.
and it's like, especially after that blowout win when they scored like 11 runs in the first, and the following day you don't do much. Like, you're just
Yeah.
swinging for the fences. Like,
Exactly. It's like you used up all your runs. All your hits.
Exactly. And that just changed when they were like, okay, you know what? We can't just be swinging. You know, you got to get some base hits, some singles, some doubles in. You got to string in some hits, carry momentum. Because you're swinging for the fences, man. You could just get a fly out, and that just kills momentum.
Right, right. So I just wanted to touch on losing to the Red Sox and losing to the Astros. Were you guys the favorites on those two? Because I know you guys are the favorites this time around, right?
Yeah. The Astros, I think it was one, and I think there were two. But obviously in their postseason they were hot.
Yeah, they were cheating, but
they were cheating, bro.
Yeah. Like honestly, I kind of want part of me wanted them to make it just so you guys could beat them, but then a part of me was like, they make it all the way to the World Series, it kind of like gives them bragging rights too. So I didn't want that to happen.
Exactly.
But
it was painful.
No, it's once that news broke, I was like, oof, especially because no championship since '88, and like to be so close and like back-to-back years and be right there, and then the news breaks out that is because they were cheating, or that's probably the main reason. And then they try to argue that it wasn't like they would have won, or that had nothing to do with it. I'm like, bro, you know what pitch is coming? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, obviously it's hard to hit from a pitcher, but if you know what's coming, then
yeah,
bro, you're a professional and you know what's coming.
That's half. That's more than half. Like, so if the Dodgers for some reason don't end up winning the World Series this year, do you think it's a time to change managers?
I think it is. People say like, you can't blame Dave. But for example, in yesterday's game, when he pulled out Gonzalez and he put in May, like May's been a starter pretty much all season, the rookie,
right?
The guy with the red hair. And like I heard, it wasn't Joe Buck, the other commentator. He said, but you have to put yourself in like May's shoes. Like he doesn't know his role in the team, in the bullpen. Like he started the World Series, bro, and then he's coming off the bench as a reliever. Like, is he a closer? Is he a starter? Is he like a mid-game reliever? Like,
yeah. Like, I think I remember that discussion. It's like you got to know what your role is.
Yeah, exactly, and that affects his mental preparedness to like what is he expecting to do? And then he goes in 2 innings and gives up almost, I think he gave up like three runs. I'm like,
yeah, it's like you're setting him up to fail, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And if he kept the same strategy as like he used the pitcher every inning. Yeah. Then why didn't he pull May out?
And then also, I think against the Braves, I feel like he doesn't know when to take his pitchers out. What's his name? Your boy, the pitcher. I forgot his name right now.
Hirsch?
Yeah. He was like, he started off good. I think he did like 5 innings. And then everybody was kind of like, oh, he's going back out again. And everybody was like, he's done so good. Like, why is he not pulling him? Like, this is a good time to take him out and put somebody else in. And then he kept him in like 1 inning too long.
Yeah.
It felt like. And then now everybody there was a big backlash on Kershaw.
Always, man.
Right?
Especially because now, at this point in his career, like, obviously he's a little older, and like if you get 5 solid innings out of him, like,
yeah, well, he's like 32 now, right? So he's on the back end. Yeah,
I'd pull him, but not even that, bro. It seems like every time we play in the postseason and Kershaw starts, the offense doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Up until that point, like, dude, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then no one talks about that when Kershaw messes up. It's like we're supposed to be like a fight, like getting people runs and like.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Like you strung in like the most. Exactly, you're like one of the highest scoring teams during the regular season, and then like, oh, it's Kershaw's fault. Like, bro, no, get your hits.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, if you guys win, everybody will forgive him and just like move on. But I do wonder, like, if you guys had a different manager, like, are we talking dynasty, or could he have had some more chips before? You think so? Or is it just unlucky? It's just like
I feel obviously against the Astros, like we'll never know.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll never know. I feel like that. I don't even want to get. It's a whole different topic, but I just feel like it's super easy to just revoke the championship and leave it at that. Like, leave it that season, no champion.
It's like no champion.
Not even give it to a Dodger. Just like, nah, no
Yeah. That
championship.
wouldn't
That's
even
it.
feel good, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
want it.
exactly.
Like, nah, I don't want it. But yeah, then the Red Sox and just because the Red Sox hurt because more is like it's Boston, bro. Like Boston, like losing
Boston,
to
bro.
Boston.
Boston. Yeah.
It was just frustrating. But yeah, man, I feel like, and then last year losing in the divisional round against the Nationals, like
I thought
on
he was
some
gonna get
cheeks
fired right
too.
there, to be honest.
And that gave all the Kershaw fools like fucking they were happy
Oh
seeing
yeah.
that. He pitched like what? He threw like 10 pitches and gave up like two home
Yeah.
runs. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, that was a bad look. That was a bad look.
And then it hurt
So
more because like Howie Kendrick hit that home run. Like fuck, because I used to play with us.
you think not having fans gives the Dodgers more of an advantage, or it gives
I would
more?
say more because I do remember after I think it was against who was it? I forgot what game I watched Kershaw. I think it was during the regular season and he had like 13 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it's way easier without the fans. So I feel like without the fans it's like a little bit less pressure for especially the pitchers.
Yeah.
And but I mean that could play both parts. Say you're down on the count, you have some men on base, you have 2 outs, like maybe the crowd, if especially it's a home game, maybe the crowd noise could hype you up.
Yeah.
I feel
Get
like I
that
feel
get
like
that
it's
adrenaline going.
yeah, I feel like it's pretty much like a level playing field. It could help, it could not help. I mean, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like I mean I think they have what 11,000 at the stadium now.
Yes. It's
That's
something.
not
It's
bad.
something. Yeah.
I feel like to an extent, crowd obviously does help, but I mean if there's no fans, then you play more relaxed. I feel.
And I feel like you can't really like quantify who gets more advantage because it's all like mental. It's like how many players do you have that get bothered by fan? Like you can't. There's not like you can't look at somebody and be like, all right, this guy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Exactly.
I feel you're saying it's kind of hard to put like a
Exactly.
number on it or say who gets more advantage. But that's enough of the World Series. That's enough baseball. Let's move on to your Green Bay Packers. I know you're
Yes,
wearing the hat.
sir.
Week 6 of the NFL just concluded, and they got mollywopped by the Buccaneers and Brady. What happened, man? I thought,
And Brady, come on.
what happened, man? Like, what Packers came in 5-0. They looked like they were, the top team in the NFC along with the Seahawks. Rodgers started out hot. He started doing the Key and Peele celebration. Everything was
Little
going
pump.
good. And then what happened? Like, what was it? 38 unanswered. Didn't
Yeah,
score. Didn't score a point after like the first 6 minutes.
exactly.
What happened? What happened, man? Explain to me what happened.
It's just what I mean. Honestly, it's what we knew already, bro. Like we played. I would say the first 4 weeks we played mediocre teams.
Yeah.
All the disrespect to the Vikings. I hate them. I hate Mike Zimmer.
Kirk
Kirk Cousins
Cousins.
overrated.
What about Cook?
Nah, Cook is good, but I drafted him. I can't front. That guy is good, bro. Like I actually feel bad for Cook because
Yeah.
playing with Cousins as your quarterback.
Yeah.
But regardless, our offense looked great, bro. Everything was flowing. It looked like a copy of like the 49ers offense. Shanahan's offense, motions, wide receiver screens, running back screens, jet sweeps. Like we look good.
Exactly.
But regardless, I still believe this loss against the Bucks just proves that we're still not there. Like offensively, like regardless of how good Rodgers is, like if you don't have like I still want one more wide receiver. If you don't have another
Oh my
talent,
God.
a
That's what I was.
dynamic, like a slot, we just need like a small slot guy, bro, like Cole Beasley or something, dude. Someone to just run underneath. Even though I know Rodgers doesn't tend to throw over the middle a lot, we
Yeah.
just needed somebody fast.
Yeah, that's why he's
bro.
never had like a real good tight end because he doesn't utilize
Exactly.
that. I think he needs another wideout on the edge. And
Or that too.
I think everybody was kind of forgetting or giving the Packers a pass for not drafting a wide receiver because they started so hot and everybody was happy and everybody was using the narrative that, oh, Rodgers is playing so good. Maybe drafting a quarterback was a good idea because it's like motivating. Everyone's trying to use like you don't know if it is motivating him or if he's
Yeah.
just having a good season, but everybody was trying to like flip the story, making it seem like, oh man, maybe that was the right call. Like, look how good he's playing. And they lit a fire under him. That's all they wanted to do. They're so smart. And now they play a competitive team and they got whooped. And then you see all these rookie wide receivers just balling out all over the field, all over the league. And it makes me wonder, like, okay, what if Rodgers had like a Lamb or like Higgins or Jefferson or all these
Jefferson,
people?
Jerry Judy, Ayuk,
Anybody.
Ruggs. Oh,
Ruggs.
so many,
So
dude.
many, man. There's so many. Like, and he just like imagine next to Adams. And Adams, it feels like for the last few seasons, he's always due for like an injury that he's gonna miss like 3 or 4 weeks. And
Yeah,
I mean,
he's definitely a concussion away, bro.
and like I mean, Rodgers can make it work against mediocre teams, but just like Lazard or what's his name,
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, that guy, the guy with 3 names.
MVS for short.
MVS, yeah, he can make it work. But like when you play the Bucks and they got a front seven that's gonna pressure you, you need more than one receiver that could win quick. And I feel like they don't have that. Or you need a tight end over the middle, and they've never had a tight end. So I think this was the wide receiver class to do it, and they chose to go for a quarterback that they're not using. And how do you feel about that? Does that irk you?
Bro, before the draft started, I was just reading reviews, who we're gonna pick, just salivating, bro. Like it doesn't matter if like the teams that need a receiver before us, like take one because like there's so this class is so stacked. I was like, dude, yes. Our pick comes, they trade up. I was like, what? You trade up in the first? I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh, who are we getting, huh?
Jordan Love. I was like, what the?
And then for Jordan Love, too. I mean, no disrespect for Jordan Love, but he was projected like second round or like towards the back end. It was like 3 quarterbacks and then everybody else.
Dude, like if they were going to do that, I would have taken like, if you're like fixed on taking a quarterback, I would have preferred Jalen Hurts. Like if you're gonna reach, I get he has like injury history and all that stuff, but I feel like he's proven a little bit more in his college career. But whatever, and they just it was just a weird draft. It's really frustrating to have that front office. Like even though like we don't have the same GM anymore. Like this guy came in and they praised them last season for signing the Smith brothers, bringing in Amos as on safety. Bro,
linebacker from the Redskins, right?
Yeah, it was one from the Redskins and then one from the Ravens. Like, dude, these guys look good. Nice. These guys look legit. Like Za'Darius, and it's just frustrating. Like before this draft, like our past, I want to say like 8 drafts, like we wasted a first round pick like on a defensive back.
Yeah,
and we're still cheeks, bro. Like
that's what I was gonna say. You started I think the segment talking down on the offense, but I thought the main reason Packers aren't like a real contenders because of their defense.
Yeah, it's always gonna be like, I mean, I guess it's like a tired out narrative. Defense wins rings, but yeah, bro. Like if you get into the Pats. Brady's always had a top 10 defense, bro.
Exactly.
Like, the years he's won the ship, he's had a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Rodgers had a top 10 defense one time, and he won the Super Bowl. He can only put up so many points, bro. Like, you can only put up so many
14
points.
this last weekend.
Phew.
But yeah,
I feel like that's what's it called? That's an outlier. I feel like I mean, I don't want to make excuses, but they even said like their practices were off that week and all that stuff. And like honestly, like he has like I think he's like I want to say like since 2015, they've been like 1-4 after the bye week, like just really bad. Really bad after the bye week. And it's cool.
That probably has to do with McCarthy more than anything. He looks pretty terrible with the Cowboys.
Bro, McCarthy was lucky that Aaron Rodgers was his quarterback, bro.
Yeah, he looks like he's like a mediocre head coach now.
Yeah, bro. And it's just a lot of like that mentality that they got rid of one GM, brought in another one from the same little branch, and it's just that mentality of draft and develop.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
And like
it's getting old.
they signed some players last year, and now we're like, all right, that's good for the next 12 years.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Dude,
did it
like
once.
that
There, we showed you guys now.
that
Is that what
narrative
you,
is old.
is that what you guys wanted? There, we're gonna do it
Yeah.
1 year. Leave us alone.
That narrative is old, bro. Like draft and develop, bro. Like this ain't the
And I
80s,
was
dude. Like
hearing in this,
no, bro.
I was hearing in this talk shows, they're kind of criticizing Aaron Rodgers because he has a negative record whenever somebody takes a lead on him, no matter
Mhm,
what time,
mhm.
like on the field. Like no
Yeah.
matter, like it could be like a 3-0 victory, like
Mhm.
I mean a 3-0 lead or like a small tiny lead. If you take a lead on Aaron Rodgers, he has a losing percentage.
Yeah.
And then like Mahomes and like Brady, they're like in the 600s. Like they'll bring you back. And I don't know. I mean, Rodgers has always had like the best stats out of anybody.
Mhm.
But is that because he takes care of the ball too much? He doesn't like risk it to try to bring teams back, or like is can you
That
really
could be
fall?
it. I
Because
mean,
I still think Rodgers is a beast of a quarterback.
yeah.
But that
I mean,
stat did like I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like you would think his numbers that number would be a little higher,
yeah. Like I
or are they
mean,
just
like
not
when you
trending
take
that
he
much?
takes. Hey,
Are you guys always in the
It could
lead?
be. It could be. I mean, especially like I know he loves to get the ball starting the second half. Like that's always like. I mean,
Yeah.
I love getting the ball starting the second half. Like on Madden, bro. Like hell yeah, I want to second half with the ball. Like you know. But I feel like you said, I feel like he's a little bit too clinical, which I don't mind, bro. Because like
Yeah.
imagine like you're down by what, like a 2-score game, and then like you rather him like throw it away or force it into double coverage and turn it over. Like
Force it sometimes.
I mean, you've had Phillip Rivers for a few years, so I can
Hey, I'm a
understand why
free
you.
agent fan now, bro.
All right, bro. All right. No, it's a lot. I mean, like I feel like football is one of the most difficult sports to find the greatest ever. Like, because so much comes
It's
into
such a
play.
team sport, right?
Yeah, it's so much of a team sport, bro. Because like I don't care. Rogers could have like 6 touchdowns, like a fucking perfect QBR.
Yeah.
The defense gives up 7, bro. Like
Yeah.
7 touchdowns, bro. Like it don't matter. Like,
And that's kind of what I felt happened to Romo sometimes.
yeah.
Like, I mean, he got a lot of slack, and maybe he's not that clutch, but I remember he had one of the best games ever against Manning, and then Manning just ended up winning that game on a rollout, I think. But I think Romo put up like 6 or 7, and it was like a super high scoring game, like
I
56
remember that
48.
game.
It was super crazy. It was in Texas, and then
Yeah.
I think Romo threw one interception at the end, and they put the whole game on him. Like the narrative was that he choked it away, but he had like 7. He had like 6 or 7 touchdowns that he accounted for, and they still lost. But because he threw that one pick at the end, and it's so easy to blame the quarterback, he got the blame
Yeah,
for it. So
exactly.
I see where you're coming from. That it's such a team sport. Like when he was putting up, like just thinking back to Romo, when he was putting up those 6, 7 touchdowns, where was the defense? Like
Getting cooked, bro.
he must be
Getting cooked. Like,
the pressure of just knowing that I always got to put a point on every single drive.
mhm,
I can't like, and I feel like that's kind of the pressure that Rodgers has because the defense that he has right now, it's a decent defense when they're ahead.
mhm.
Once the other team is ahead and the whole playbook is open, they could run and they could throw on them. They're just bad because they can't stop the run. They still can't
And the
stop the run.
and the defense just doesn't even get stops. Like I'd rather take like a 3-and-out over like something like, oh yeah, what about turnovers? Like barely, dude. Like our
Yeah,
turnover percentage is so high because the offense is not. I mean, up until the Bucks, like they hadn't turned it over. Like no fumbles, no picks, no
yeah,
nothing.
exactly.
Yeah, we got a strip sack fumble, but what? Like barely. Like the pressure rate is so low. It's like, I mean, honestly, Jair Alexander though, I would say like that guy, he's looking like the truth. He's looking like a shutdown corner. He
Yeah,
held
no,
Calvin Ridley to zero, just zero.
and
Didn't even target
he's
him.
having a super sick season.
Didn't even target Calvin Ridley, and he had that guy in an island. Like,
Yeah,
and if you look at the top receivers of the teams, like when the Packers play, like he's having them on. I mean, he would give up like a little 10-yard completion here and there, but besides that, he has them on lock, and he could tackle. He's not scared of assisting the run too. But like I said, man, defense. The defense is
Yeah.
It's crazy how many consecutive years you invest on a defense and it's still bad.
Right. It's just
Like you get the pieces, and it's just frustrating. You just like the Packers signed a undrafted free agent. Like, oh my god, bro! Or they signed this linebacker, like, and the
yeah.
Packers are like his 10th team. Like,
And he gets
bro, it's
playing
his
time.
10th team. Exactly, it's his 10th team for a reason, bro. Like, leave him in the streets. Like, why you
Yeah.
pick him up?
Work the cap. I feel like they gotta get better accountants, man. Is that what it is? They
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to work the cap. Because the
I feel like they're
Cowboys,
just scared.
like I know the Cowboys not a good comparison, but it
Mm-hmm.
just seems like they always find a way to find cap out of nowhere. Oh, we got cap, and
No,
then like
I feel like the cap in football is becoming like the cap, like I guess no cap in baseball, but like it's becoming that, like it's becoming like an imaginary thing now,
yeah,
bro.
like
Because like,
oh, I just reworked his contract that I gave him last year, and we front loaded his number, and now it's a bonus. Like you could just make everything a bonus, and then
yeah,
oh, his cap hit is like nothing, but it's a
like
bonus. Like
what,
what?
what, like stack team, like this year, especially this offseason coming up is gonna be either. I hate that it's gonna be either pay this guy or this guy, but they gotta. I mean, dude, David Bakhtiari is one of the best linemen in the game. Like you have to pay that guy. You have to pay
Right.
him, bro. And then Aaron Jones, his rookie year is coming to an end. So I mean,
Yeah,
bro,
he's a touchdown
freaking
machine.
Aaron Jones, bro.
Yeah,
You put him anywhere. I mean, his blocking could use a little work,
I
but
was
that
gonna
don't matter.
say, yeah.
It don't matter, bro. Like you got Jamal Williams, and then but like I get it. People are like, oh, you can't pay running backs, you can't pay this, bro. Kamara, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook just got
Everybody
paid.
got paid. Everybody, Cook. I think, and they all owe money to what's his name, Zeke. I know he's fumbling right now, but
And then Gurley, I think has Gurley gotten paid from the Rams yet? I don't know. I haven't heard of that. I just remember the offseason he was like, oh, the Rams still got to pay me like 21 million or something like that.
yeah, I haven't figured. But anyways, thankfully for you guys have the Texans coming up. But that could kind of be a trap game. They have a new head coach. They look pretty good against the Titans. Their offense, when they're on, they could score points. And then after that, you guys
Mobile
have the
quarterbacks.
mobile
Mobile
quarterbacks. Yeah,
quarterbacks.
that
I
can
hate
run.
them.
And then after
I
that, you
hate
guys have
them
the
so much.
Vikings, and then the
W.
Niners.
We don't
So-
beat the Niners, bro.
Hey, honestly, all of these, if this was before the season started, if you were to look at these 3 games, you would have think it was a hard schedule because the Texans were a playoff team last year, the Vikings were a playoff team last year, and the Niners it's a rematch of the NFC Championship. But the Texans are what 1-5 right now. The Vikings they're 1-5 and 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it'll be bad if you guys lose one of these trap games. It kind of looks like
before the start of the season, I would have told you like 2-1.
yeah.
Like we would have lost against the Niners. Like, but I still don't see us beating them. But now, bro, like 3-0, bro. Like if they don't go 3-0, like I mean, it's cool. I still think that that our last 8 games though are looking like really good. We closed like I want to say
No,
like
the
5 out of the
schedule.
last.
I was looking at the schedule. Your schedule is not looking hard at all.
Yeah, I think we closed 5 out of the last 8 are home games, bro. In December in Lambeau, like whew,
Yeah.
like
And the division is just
love
weak.
it.
Weak. Like, I mean, what do you think of the Bears? I still don't rate the Bears. I think they're a
Me
fluky
neither.
5-1. No, they could probably go to 6-1. I don't know who they play this week, but I don't believe in them.
They play the Rams, so I see
they're
them
gonna
losing.
lose.
I see
Yeah, they're
them
gonna lose.
losing.
They're gonna lose.
It's just I feel like they both got really good defenses, but I take Goff and Woods, Cup, Higbee, all those guys over what Foles has.
Yeah, and their offense, the Bears' offense is nothing compared to like the Niners' offense because the Niners' offense kind of confused. The Rams had them running everywhere.
Exactly,
Nagby is not. He's no offensive genius that they call him.
He isn't, bro. He isn't. Coach of the year too that year. Please, bro. Come on, bro. Like that shit just. I mean, they just hand out these awards to anyone, bro.
Right? It's just, have you gotten one in your career? Nah. Let me get you one.
Oh, you know what? 11-5. 11-5, man. Get this guy out. Bro, it's the Bears, bro.
It's funny. All right. But good luck to the Packers, man. I don't have a horse in this race. I'm a free agent fan, so I'm not rooting for any team, but for your sake, good luck for the Packers.
Thank you, man.
Because Rodgers is getting towards the end of his career. So we only got what? I mean, we've been saying that for Brady, but Brady's Brady. And you never know. You guys have a quarterback in the waiting, so you don't know how many more years.
In the oven.
In the oven, exactly. So good luck to the Packers. Hopefully, it's just a little hiccup for them. But I know you are an avid soccer fan. I think we met playing soccer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You passed it to me and I scored. Nah, I'm fucking with you, bro.
You didn't score.
You never passed it.
But
You skied it over me.
that's how I know we were lying. You passed the ball. Cap. But I know you've been it's been controversial. VAR has been controversial, especially in the Premier League. For Arsenal, you're an Arsenal fan, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think it's really affected Arsenal, has it? Not that I can remember. Not
It
this
has
season.
it. I guess it had. I guess not the decisions made from VAR, but the decision to not use VAR on some of the Arsenal games has been like, what? Like that's a clear tackle in the box. Like you're not gonna. They don't even look it over.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
what
a
do you
lack of consistency.
exactly? Because I've been pretty strong about. I, I'm kind of sick and tired of VAR. Like I want to just go back, and I felt I could justify human error more than like human error on top of like a technology error. Like and then VAR was supposed to come in and help simplify things, help make it like the gray area was supposed to like be black and white now. And if there was offsides, it's offsides. And if the ball goes over the line, like I feel like just the technology of having the ball go into the line, like if the ball's through in the goal, like that was I thought that was like all they had to do.
Yeah,
And
the goal line
then
technology.
the goal line technology was like as far as I wanted them to go. Once they started going through like handballs and like just fouls and all that stuff, I think it became like such a gray area because when things is slow down, any contact could be a penalty. But like when it's in real time, it's up to your interpretation. Like, all right, he's flopping. But then if you slow it down, oh man, he did clip him. And when you slow it down, I could see how that's a penalty. Boom, penalty. I think about who played this last weekend? United, I think, against Newcastle. And the game was pretty close, and then they got a penalty and they missed it, and then they broke the game open. But like I could if they would have scored that goal, and then United would have broke the game open, everybody would have been like, "Oh, this only happened because of VAR." Thankfully, he missed it, and then they still blew it open, so no one could, associate it to VAR. But I feel like there's a lot of times where it changes momentum, and it's just I don't know. I don't like it myself. What are your thoughts?
It's just you'd think that after like a few seasons, like they'd be better at it.
Yeah,
but it's just frustrating. It really is. It's just so frustrating. Like you mentioned, slowing down. That to me, that's one of like the worst things that affects the ref's decision. Like a slowed down tackle looks so much worse if you just watch it in real time.
Exactly.
Like bro, like another thing that I don't get, especially with the offsides rule, is that sometimes they don't let the play finish.
Yeah.
Like if you're iffy about calling it, you have VAR, let the play end, bro. If they score, they score. It's better to call back a goal
than not to even give it a chance.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I think that's the same thing that happened in the NFL once they implemented that rule that all touchdowns are reviewed or all turnovers are reviewed. Like, all right, let the play go, call it a touchdown, and then we can check it.
It's easier. You save a coach's challenge.
Yeah.
Or like, for example, I think it was a Saints game last year. I think it was a Saints-Rams game, actually, during the season, not the play. It was after the controversial PI call, which is obviously PI. They had like an afternoon game, and it was like they sacked Goff. It was a strip sack fumble. The Saints recovered it, and the refs blew it dead. And they're already returning it. Like, dude, let the play end. Let them score. Check if he was down. Call it back. Not a fumble. If he's not, it's a strip sack fumble touchdown. Like, bro, I feel like they should let plays go on, but not too long. Because I don't know if you remember the America final against Monterrey. That first goal America scored, and they called it back because like a foul, like a minute before the play. Like, bro, what? Like, you gotta go so back.
Yeah. Like, tampoco. Like,
I feel like they have to establish a certain time frame where a foul, a possible foul, like just dies out, like, all right, like it's not valid anymore. Like it can't affect.
Yeah, or like maybe a
No, but go
possession
ahead.
change. Like if there was a possession change, then that's it. Like this is a whole another play now.
Hmm.
Or if you got the ball back and then it
Exactly.
got switched, like something.
Or if
And
the
then
ball goes out of play,
yeah, exactly. Then yeah, like that's
you
the
can't go
cutoff
back.
right there. Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
go
Yeah.
back. Like that's
You
it.
got to set your defense already. The ball went out. That's a whole another like segment.
Yeah, but say there's a counter attack and like there's a controversial foul, like there's a no call and that counter attack they score,
Yeah.
and
Then boom.
because of that play, they got the ball. Then you go back. You know what? It was a foul. It's a
Yeah.
foul, so no goal. Like that's it. Let the
Exactly.
play end.
Exactly.
But I feel like upstairs they have to be quicker. Like they have to be
Oh
faster,
my
bro.
god.
Like
And
you can't have the ref doing this.
and
Like,
I
bro,
don't
just be faster.
and I don't get. Honestly, one of the things I don't like is when they're like the people upstairs can't make a decision and then the ref has to go. Like, bro, what are the people upstairs for then? Like, you know what?
Three people there.
I don't want to be blamed for this. So you know what? I'm just gonna give it to you. You make it. You fuck it up.
Like exactly. There's three of you there. You guys go to school for this. You guys train for this, and you can't
That's
make
your
a decision.
job. Yeah, and then like the ref already has so many things going on. I feel like most refs are probably like, fuck, just call something, man. Don't make me.
Yeah.
And then one of the main things that I feel like people don't talk about, it has nothing to do really with bar or like how precise it is like after goals,
Mm-hmm.
the excitement is like not the same anymore because
Yeah.
just waiting like it's not it doesn't feel natural. Like you can't even celebrate. You're like, oh, we gotta wait for VAR because I might
Mm-hmm.
been an inch ahead. And like I feel like it's killed some great moments.
Mm-hmm.
And for what VAR has brought, like all the problems it's brought, I don't think it's saved like that many games. Or like even if it's even, like if
Mm-hmm.
it's even, like VAR has to be coming up ahead for it to be worth it.
Yeah.
If it's breaking even, then it's not worth it because like it's taking the excitement, it's slowing down the game, which I don't like, and it's killing the excitement after goals, and that's just more negative. So even if it is breaking even, we're like, all right, like VAR has caught some good decisions because we have VAR, and then
Mm-hmm.
we messed up some, or like there's been a lot of controversial calls because of VAR. They have to be way ahead for it to be worth it, and I don't feel like they're way ahead right now.
Definitely. Definitely. No, I agree. I feel like it has to be, like I said, it has to be quicker. Like if there's something controversial, like the guy that happened, like the dudes upstairs should already be reviewing it and be like, you know what, yeah, it is. You know, this is offside. Or you know what, this is the foul. Or this is PK. You know, it's a PK. You know, it is off him. Like that. It should be so much faster. Like if it were
Right.
faster, like I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, oh, you know what, yeah, all right, for sure. Let's keep on going.
Yeah, soccer
Like
is supposed to
30
be like
seconds.
a free flowing sport, man. Now I feel like the only positive about VAR is that you have time to refill your chips or refill your drink or do go use the restroom. That's the only positive. Like I mean, I don't like VAR, man. It kind of gets me upset just talking about it because what like goal line technology, it was pretty much all we needed. And then
Especially after that, well, I think it was that England game against, was that 2010? Against, I think it was England Germany.
yeah.
But like that Gerard shot,
Yeah,
there was a
that's what I
campanita
was.
that was like a
Yeah,
fucking
2010,
two
2010.
2 feet inside, and that was like no goal. Like, are you kidding me?
That's when everybody was like, "Oh, there needs to be technology. There needs to be technology." And now they're calling like penalties on a handball that people aren't even looking at, and it's like, what are we doing? And even the commentators, like, the main thing is like, it's not just the fans, it's like the commentators, the coaches, everybody's like even the commentators. It resonates so much with me when the commentators are like, "What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, is this football? Like, what are we doing here?" Like the Liverpool game that just happened, like the commentator was like losing it. Oh, that's clearly a goal. What are we doing here? Like, let's play
Yeah.
on. And then they call offsides, and he's like, "What?" Like, okay, like I don't even know what to say. It's just it doesn't feel like soccer, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, I would have not minded VAR in the 2010 World Cup and 2014, to be honest.
Oh, for Mexico, that's true.
Oh,
That's true.
bro,
That's
because
true.
that offsides call on fucking Davis was like, bro, it was like at least 10 yards. He was
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. But oh my god, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like they said, like VAR will help you out, and then it'll come bite you in the ass like a little bit later. Like
It gives and it takes, bro. It gives and it takes. You're like, hey, hell yeah, shit was gonna go, but then you score one, they take it back. You're like, dang, you know what? I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
but that's enough VAR, man. I'm getting upset just talking about it. Might have break something over here, but let's just quickly talk about Arsenal. What do you think about Arsenal? What do you think about Arteta? How do you think their first 5 games of the season has gone? Do you think they have a chance to compete for the title? First of all, top 4, Europa. What do you think is going to happen? And just talk about the EPL in general.
I would say definitely they started better than I would have imagined, bro. I mean, our 2 losses came against I would say Liverpool and City. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not like I was expecting, bro. We have like I think it's been like almost 30 games without beating a top 6 side away from home. Like, so I mean, and we didn't really make much adjustments. We signed Gabriel, and we last minute finally signed Partey.
Yeah.
They were so cheap to get another attacking center middle from Lyon, Awar. Like, and then the thing they're doing with Ozil too, I don't even want to get into that, but I feel like it's BS, bro. Like, if you're paying the man and he just says something that you don't necessarily agree with,
Yeah.
like it was kind of like when LeBron made a comment about China and like people were bashing him, but I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's fucking LeBron, it's LeBron James,
Yeah.
like, you know. But like Ozil brought awareness on a similar topic, maybe a little bit more. It was more violent, the topic that he brought up, because it was like it was the violence against Muslims in China. Like, he brought that up, and
Yeah.
like, and then ever since then, bro, he just been like an outcast
In the doghouse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's really messed up. Like, because he's been training, he's been doing all that. I mean, he played with Arteta. He played with Arteta
Yeah.
when Arteta, obviously when Arteta was a player. Like, bro, like now I really like Arteta's vision. I like the game plan he's setting up. He's giving the youngsters a lot of work. I still feel like we have maybe this winter transfer season. We probably need to get like a few more pieces. But I can see his top 4, man. Everton though, that team is looking good.
Yeah.
They're looking good, man. I feel like Ancelotti never got enough credit as a manager. Like, I feel like he was always, I guess, he just kind of like flew under the radar. But he's really good, man.
I mean, he kind of kickstarted the Real Madrid era.
Exactly. It's kind of like Mark Jackson with the Warriors, bro. Like, you set up the team and like you leave and they start winning when the next guy comes.
But he
like,
won one too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He
won
did.
one.
I
He
feel
won
like,
one.
yeah,
he's a little better than Mark Jackson.
Definitely better than Mark
and he has a
Jackson.
job now. Mark Jackson doesn't have a job. He's not a commentator, bro.
Dude, if I gotta hear, what does he say? What does Mark Jackson say?
Mama, there goes.
If I gotta hear that shit one more time, bro, in the playoffs, I'm gonna just drop kick my TV, bro. Someone hire him, please.
No, I like it. It's cool. But yeah, Everton's look good. Aston Villa's look good. That one's surprised. I think Aston Villa surprises me more than Everton. Everton's surprising, but they have Ancelotti. They got James. You know, they spent some money.
They did spend money, bro.
Aston Villa, what? 4 for 4, perfect. I thought they were gonna get relegated, bro. I think they survived on the last day.
They did. They got what? I think they got 16th. Like,
yeah, they got the last spot. Like, it doesn't go down.
Barely made it. But there's always that, like,
17.
Always
17. They got 17.
Yeah. There's always that mid-table team that makes some type of run for it. Always. Like, last year it was like Sheffield. Sheffield was up there.
Oh, and Wolves.
Sheffield was doing, but I respect Wolves, bro. I don't know about letting Jota go, but
yeah,
especially to Liverpool, bro. Like they need more like stars.
Arsenal should have been on there. That would have been good for you guys.
I'm just glad Willian came over free, bro, because these fools are so cheap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really rate William that much, but they should give him the free kicks instead of David Luiz. Anyone. Man.
Of course, either him. I mean, either Pepe or even Aubameyang could take him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, fuck Chelsea, bro. I hate Chelsea, and I'm so mad. Like, they signed so much good young talent, bro. It's just it's so hard to like just be a fucking hater. But
Yeah, no,
I still
they
don't
have
like them, bro.
no, they're nice. The thing is, the thing about EPL teams and just like most teams overall now that I've been harping on is that they have a lot of offensive power, but the defense sucks. I feel like defense across the world is just terrible.
Hmm.
You're seeing, I need to stop using this, but you're seeing MLS style mistakes everywhere. It's not even an MLS mistake. It's just a defense mistake now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just no. I see it too. It's just like some of these, like, oh my god, some of them, like today in the Arsenal game, bro. Like, I mean, I guess the goalie's still part of the defense. Like Leno, dude, like
yeah,
inside the 18, he just tries to do a little touch pass, and the forward is right there, and he just gives it over, and they end up scoring. And then later on, once they tied it, the same thing. He tries to like clear it straight to the forward. Like some of these mistakes, like a
but
lot of
all
these are
these
like,
big teams, bro, like all these big teams and like all of the EPL, you can't look at one team and say, all right, they have a solid defense or like one that you can rely on. City, no. Chelsea, definitely not. I don't like Suma. They signed an old ass Silva. Don't really like what they have going there. Tottenham, garbage too. Arsenal, they're not that hot. Liverpool is struggling even with Van Dijk. Now without him, it could get ugly.
it
Like
could definitely get ugly
it could
before it
definitely
gets
get ugly.
better.
And it's just like what? Like not even one team. United, ni se diga, man. What?
United is cheeks, bro.
Like
Maguire,
especially their deep. Like, dude, how is it that none of the big teams have a solid back four? Like just one that you could just tip your hat to and be like, you know what, we have good center backs. Like just thinking like Chelsea, they had Cahill, they had I forgot who they paired him up with, but for a while they had a good defense.
I think they
United,
pulled in Aspilicueta, yeah.
they had who do they have? Vidic and
Ferdinand,
Ferdinand, and they were rocks. They'd have their occasional mistake, but you would look at them
yeah.
game in, game out, and they were like, okay, this is solid. All these big teams, that's why I thought Liverpool was gonna win because everybody has a good offense, and
Yeah.
Liverpool's defense made the least mistakes. They made mistakes, but they made the
Yeah.
least mistakes. And now without Van Dijk, I don't know. There needs to be an influx of great center backs.
Yeah, there needs to be. Well, for Edson Alvarez, bro, I feel like he's there
It's
for a couple more a couple more years at
bro, Ajax
Ajax, maybe.
they're not playing him, man. Mexicans, they don't carry weight, bro. You can't.
They really don't.
Well, it's funny. I was telling my friend that it's like an endless cycle. It's like to win a World Cup, you got to have players that are getting playing time in Europe and that like are stars in their team. But to get your players to become stars in European teams, you got to win a World Cup so that their value goes up. So it's like a loop that never ends. Like for Mexican players to be like valued more, Mexico has to become like a powerhouse. They have to win a World Cup. But for Mexico to win a World Cup, these players need to get playing time, and they can't get playing time because they don't have value. And then to get value, they need a World Cup. It's like fuck.
It's gonna keep on going. And honestly, dude, like that, like you say that cycle, like, and I truly believe it'll probably never happen. It'll probably never happen, bro. Because like you said, you have to carry value, and teams that are good, according to that cycle, will stay good.
Yeah.
They probably won't win it all the time, but they'll stay good.
And how many nations is there in the whole world? And how many have won it? Like 5 or 6 dominate all the world?
I think 8.
8 teams. Yeah,
eight teams have won it.
Like Uruguay, Argentina,
8.
Brazil, Germany, Italy, and it's just South America and
Europe,
Spain,
France, and England.
Yeah.
Spain, France, and England.
Damn, we just named them all.
Just them. Just them.
That's
bro,
all
this tournament's been since 1930s, and only 8 countries have won it. Like,
yeah. So it's a rough cycle, man. Like I said, to win the World Cup, you gotta have quality players, and not just you can't just have a player pool of 20 players playing in Europe and hope that those 20 could do it, because the big teams have hundreds, 200s of thousands of players playing in Europe, and then they get to really pick how they want to play and what players fit that role. And with like Mexico or the US, it's just like, all right, we have 20 good players. Let's try to see what we could do with these 20 good players, and hopefully they could do it. And that's a tough ask for anybody. I mean,
No.
we're segueing way off right now, but it's
No,
hard.
no. But I like talking about this because when my housemates got into like arguments, like, nah, Mexico will win it, bro. And at least in the next 50 years, I'm like, dude, like,
I mean, I'm
stop
hopeful.
being delusional. Stop being delusional, bro. Like, you got to look at the facts. Look at how many countries have won it. Look at the countries that are always there. Like, we can't even get past the fifth game. Like, like there's this lump. It's like with the Clippers, like with Cruz Azul,
Yeah,
with these teams, it's the mental hurdle, dude. Like
yeah,
when you get to that game, you're like, you start thinking about every single team that played before you to get here, and you're like,
yeah.
shit,
Why am I
have
different?
to win. Yeah, like, we have to win. We have to. But it's like go and like someone said, like I was like my past watch is like Fox Deportes, ESPN, like Última Palabra, all that stuff.
Yeah,
And like el enemigo más grande del mexicano es el mexicano. Like, yeah, bro, like we're our biggest, like me, literally me right now, bro. Like, we're not gonna win it, like, bro, because it's being real. It's one thing being real and being
a hater.
and being yeah, exactly, and being a hater, dog. Like it's just you got to look at the facts, dude. Like it's been so many years, like almost 100 years since the tournament was established, and like what
And we've had
we
a
have to
lot of things
show.
going for us that whole time. Like one of the biggest populations in the world. Soccer is the main sport. There's not really other sports to compete against. The whole player pool is there, but
Hmm.
just
That 2005 U17, the one the World Cup with
yeah,
Gio, Vela, Villaluz, all those
yeah,
fools were like Guardado were like hell yeah, dude. Like maybe obviously not 2006, but dude, like once these guys have like a few good years into their belt in Europe,
yeah.
2010, like that's gonna be good.
Valieron
Vela,
madre.
Vela gets me mad, but he doesn't want to play.
Bro, he said
Bro, like
that soccer is not his favorite sport. So there you go.
if Vela actually like cared about playing, like he could have been good. Like he could have stayed at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he was. Yeah.
but nah, I fuck that. I plays for LAFC, bro.
Anyways, let's talk. Let's switch over to a brighter note for you as a Bayern Munich fan. I think you should be pretty happy how they're playing, especially in Champions League. What do you have in their future? You think obviously they're probably gonna win their eighth straight Bundesliga or whatever.
Ninth, I think.
Ninth,
Ninth.
yeah. But we don't need to talk about Bundesliga. That's irrelevant. But
It's a
Champions
farmers
League,
league.
Champions League. What do you think? You think it's looking like a repeat? Now, who do you have?
It's definitely looking like a repeat, bro. They picked up right where they left off. They picked up like even Coman even scored the first goal for Bayern last Champions League season too, and he scored the last goal for them this year and scored the first. It's like it's written in the sky.
Yeah, the signs are there, man. The signs are there. Don't ignore the signs.
Nah, but if you look at the top teams in the Champions League, like they're still looking a little. I mean, it could all change in the next
Yeah,
year, especially with the like we spoke for a little bit with the pandemic and all that stuff. Anything
yeah,
can happen. Honestly, anything. Look at this. Like
exactly.
Nabri had COVID. Like
Yeah,
you're down a starting winger. Sané didn't even get playing time, and we still put our four on Atletico, dude. Atletico's a really good defensive
yeah,
team, and
that's
we
what they're
still
known
put
for.
four on
Yeah,
them, bro. Like, come on. I just feel like there's nobody looking like maybe City.
yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't think like I have a lot of respect for Pep. Like I'm really big Pep fan. Like you can't count him out. You can't count his teams out. This guy plus this guy always gets what
Well,
he
you kind
wants.
of can since he left. Since he left Barca, you kind of can.
Like, technically,
Well,
yeah.
since he left Barca, you could easily count him out. Matter of fact, every year.
Every single year, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with Bayern, he didn't do shit.
I don't think
Hold
he's
up.
made a final since they left.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't even. Yeah, he really hasn't with Bayern.
So you could count him out.
His 3 years, like, but this is the longest. The longest he's been with the team since Barca.
Yeah,
Like 3 years
and
with Barca, 3 with Bayern, and then
this is
he
what
wants that
year?
Champions League, bro. He wants it, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen for him. It's not.
He still hasn't
I'm
fixed that
sorry.
defense, and he
No
keeps
matter how
playing
many defenders he brings in.
because he plays the same thing. He plays the high press and like a super high line, and the big teams are gonna expose that back line, and he has nothing to switch back to. He doesn't. He's fixed on playing that high line, having the keeper play with his feet and be that last sweeper. And against big teams, that sometimes that doesn't work.
It doesn't. Yeah, and it always seems like every year there's a team that's better than his.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year, and like I mean, this year and last year it was Bayern, and I mean they didn't even get past Leon. So let's not even.
And your usual suspects, like, all right, Liverpool just lost Van Dijk, and that's gonna hurt them big time. So I don't think they're gonna win Champions League. City, they have defensive mistakes too. They're struggling out the gate. Maybe they could pick it up, but who knows? Real Madrid, God. As a Madrista, I don't even really want to touch on that, but yeah, it's looking rough for Real Madrid to be contenders this year in Champions League. Barca, I mean, unless they get like 3-4 penalties every game, which they might.
I mean, you never know, bro.
It doesn't look like they don't look too strong either. This is probably one of the least hyped up Clásicos coming up, but that's a whole different topic. Who else is there? PSG's same old PSG. Yeah, so just looking across the pond, anywhere. Chelsea, are they really like ready to win a Champions League with Lampard? Like, not really.
First round exit, bro. First round exit Chelsea.
Like, you just look across. Maybe Juve. Probably Juve is like the main one.
Yeah.
But
I see it.
That's probably the main one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see it, bro.
City and Juve. But I do think Juve, I mean, Bayern is ahead of everybody.
Yeah. Although, though, I mean, do we really trust Pirlo as a coach?
No. So, yeah. So, that's another thing. So, it kind of feels like it's as far as Champions League, it feels like it's kind of like the NFL. It's like the Kansas City Chiefs and then everybody else. And then that's how I look at it. And then for Champions League, it's Bayern, a gap, and then everybody else. And who knows if there's enough time to close the gap. January transfer could change things up, or who knows, COVID, like you said, could change things up. But like right now, it looks like you guys are the heavy favorites and going for the repeat. And I don't think there's been a lot of repeats, if I'm not mistaken, maybe just once or twice.
Yeah, I think so. There hasn't been a lot.
So
I think with Madrid, obviously the three-peat from Madrid.
Yeah. And then I think maybe once, or I don't know if that was the first time that someone repeated, at least in the modern day, like Champions League.
Yeah.
So that would be
probably like in the 80s. I think there was one. But
Barca? Did Barca
I don't
repeat?
recall. With Pep? I don't think so. They won it all with Pep.
Yeah,
like
they won
the five championships and all that stuff. I mean, Bayern this year did it. When that year with Pep, no, not Pep.
Year before Pep.
The year after. No, yeah, I think it was a year before.
They won the treble.
They won the treble, and that's only because the Jupp Heynckes came back as a coach, like during the winter, and just fucking took it all. They were long overdue for one, bro. Because then they lost in 2000. I remember I watched the 2010 one when they lost against Inter, and they won the treble. Mourinho's Inter with Milito and Schneider, and then that fucking loss against Chelsea, bro. In Munich, bro.
Pain. But Drogba had to get one.
Oh my god, bro.
Drogba was sick. Drogba was sick.
Yeah.
And El Niño, I'm glad El Niño got one. And I'm glad they beat Barcelona. That was
oh yeah, hell yeah. I was like celebrating, bro. When Ramirez chipped Valdez.
Oh, that was nasty.
My Barca. It was more of a Barca hate than like rooting for Chelsea.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man, but I think this has been a good episode. Thank you for coming on. We've had a lot of good topics we touched on. Go Pack Go, right?
All day, carry the G.
Arsenal, hopefully they get a top 4 finish. I do have a horse in that league, so I'm hoping Wolves do good too. As far as Champions League, I do have a horse too. Real Madrid, they're kind of struggling right now, so they might not even be in the picture. So we'll see how far Bayern goes. VAR needs to change, right? VAR needs to change. And Dodgers in 6, you said, right?
Dodgers in 6. Write it down.
right?
Hey, Packers 15-1. Write that down, bro.
Oh my God! All right, I don't. You're losing validity over here, bro.
Hey,
You look like a straight up homer now with that fits, you know.
look at our schedule, bro.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. It could happen. But thanks to everyone that tuned in and listened to us. This is a Hard to Handle Sports podcast. We're here next time. Thank you, Arturo.
Alrighty. Thank you, Ishan. Have a good one.
You too, man.